Welcome to Middle Stars. Um, and we're talking about healings that I had with Paulina just a couple of days ago. My experience and my feelings and afterwards. And yeah, so I know you have sessions with somebody too, like about a few weeks ago.
I did. Yeah, I did. So, we both had a healing session around the same time. Yours was like yesterday?
Yeah, like
No, the day before.
the
The
day.
day before. Yeah. Talk about it. I mean, it should be like right on your mind.
Yeah, so it's really fresh. So I had this Akasha record contract healing sessions with this practitioner called Paulina, and she does healing for me for Akasha records and for contracts. So basically what she does is heal my past lives and the past issues I having, like my health issues or my trauma issues with like saying like my motherly issues with my mom, and just for example like that, what kind of past relationship in the past life I have with my mothers and stuff that carry over to this lifetime, my health issues, my trauma issues from my past life carried into this lifetime, that she just cleared it and cleansed it and heal it, like as in like the lesson I've already learned from the past lives. And we send gratitude, we send love to it, and we let it go. And she went to a distant Zoom Reiki. So we went on Zoom, and she pretty much, just doing Reiki's to me. And what I felt is I felt like, especially in my stomach area, issues like a lot of fatigue. So I felt like my stomach was turning, and I felt like really dizzy, and I felt like I was almost like throwing up, like not physically, but like internally throwing up, like all the things that she's cleansing and clearing. And like my head was just so heavy. And after it, like I felt so much better. I felt so light. And like, and things like that. It just a really cool experience because like I have never knew some of the fatigueness, um, and health issues are coming from the past lives. You know what I mean? Because you hear generation traumas, you hear like, health issues in this lifetime, that it's like not healing, even if I'm taking like medicines, I'm eating healthy and all that, it's just not really healing. And I want to do it holistically. I don't want to keep taking medicines, going to doctors and trying to do this test and that test. So what she did is she knew exactly, when we got on it, she knew exactly what she need to clear. So first question, she was right on, asking me if I was fatigued for no reason, and lack of energy, like at days, even I'm like energetically like full energy. And, she was able to pick that up right away. So Paulina was definitely very, very in tune with me. And after the cleansing, clearing, I felt really, really like upbeat, like I can just do everything, anything. And the next day, which is yesterday, I felt very, very sleepy. Like I just want to pass out, and what it is that it's just leaving my body. Like, and it's going to be like that in like about a couple of days. Even today, like, when I woke up in the morning, I felt like like things left from my past life, like traumas with like my mother issues. Like I had this like mental argument, like a very like heavy, conversation argument, like how like she's treating me like a 5-year old when I'm like a doll right now, like things like that. It's just like we have an understanding of like, look, I'm an adult, like don't treat me like 5 all the time. And like just like soul to soul, talk, like from our past lives to this life. And so hopefully this translate into um like reality, and to make sure that, I got home okay, or I'm, eating okay and things like that. It's like I feel like it's working. You know what I mean? Like the past life is slowly leaving us as a trauma bonding and things like that. And like for us, for my health, I feel less fatigue and I feel like more energy, that I can like actually like wake up and not like drag myself out of bed sometimes, and like, go to work and still have little energy left. So that's the things I experienced so far. So it's only been days.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't know what you're going to experience in the next couple weeks, in the next couple months
Yeah.
after the session. Yeah, for me, it's been, I think it's been almost a month since I had a healing session. And she also opened my Akashic records as well. And then I spoke to her about how I wanted to, you know, reach out to loved ones before the session. And I gave her a photo of my parents because they both passed away. And she started talking about, certain aspects of like my personality. I don't feel like we didn't really go into past lives. We talked more about like my parents and things that they wanted to tell me. And one of the things that stood out that I remember was her. Well, but actually the coolest part is that she recorded the session for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I can listen to it whenever I want. Also, like, I mean, there was like so many parts where she was, I mean, like, I would say at least half of it was like, me talking about my parents and her, telling me messages and things like that. And so I was definitely crying a lot. And one thing that she said about my mom that I resonated with was that my mom always used to advocate for me.
Mm-hmm.
She always used to advocate for me, and she always used to make sure that I felt like comfortable and safe. And she's like, you need to make sure that you do that for yourself now that I'm not here to do that for you like I did when you were a child, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
And, and then, my dad, she said that my dad, basically just wants me to be kinder to myself. Obviously, I've been not so kind to myself in a lot of times.
Right.
I mean, my parents were very, very gentle, very, very like kind souls. So they really just want me to like go easy on myself. But I think that she also like kind of explained a little of the like dysfunction in my family dynamic as well. And the fact that like, me as opposed to my siblings, we're very, very, very different. I mean, me and my sister have almost always been like almost polar opposites. But when she talked about it, basically she just said that, you're out of the three siblings, like, highly sensitive, highly intuitive, and there's going to be a bit of a disconnect because your siblings don't understand you, basically.
Mm.
And they may never really understand you because you're on a different level, like emotionally, than they are. And she's like, because you're so such like a sensitive and like emotional person, like you feel these depths of emotions that they may not have ever felt before. They may never feel before. So there's kind of this you know, there's there's basically a disconnect because like I really want to process my emotions and go through certain things. And a lot of people have like more avoidant styles of like dealing with certain emotions, and so they kind of have a more avoidant style. So I think that I'm definitely gonna have to watch the video again, but I feel like there were certain areas that were more specific to me, that I felt like other readings that I've had in the past that were like super general, where it's just like, oh, some people are jealous of you, and you should like, get rid of that curse or something, like that your family has a curse. Like every psychic you go to is gonna say your family has a curse, basically. You go to a psychic shop, they're going to tell you that your family has a curse. There's a generational curse. You need to pay God knows how much to get rid of it. That wasn't the case in this situation. I
Right.
do feel like there was a level of like intuitiveness. There was a level of like genuine like consideration in the session as well, because like we talked a lot about my father in the session, and then like even when we went a little bit over time, um, we still continued because there was still more to be said about like my mom. And yeah, I don't know. I felt safe. I felt safe in that session to just bawl and like let all those
Right.
feelings out. And I feel like that's probably the closest I've gotten to a message from my parents, because I've tried to get like readings before to connect to them, and I haven't really this is definitely the closest I've gotten to like a message from them. But yeah, I think it went pretty well. I think I feel more clarity
Mm-hmm.
and more of a sense of peace, because I know that like they're okay and they just want me to be okay. And it just felt very much like, things are the way that they are right now, and there's nothing really wrong with that. Even when she explained like, kind of like the generational like trauma and things like that, it felt like, you know what, it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Even though like me and my siblings don't get along, I feel like it's still going to be okay, and it's going to work out how it's supposed to, and I'm going to do my part, in that. So
Yeah. Well, that's great.
yeah.
Like we think we both found somebody who we kind of trust, and even though they're strangers, they help us, deal with our traumas and whatnot. And, I will link Paulina's information down below, to book her sessions. I recommend her. She was just doing like a session for me through a Facebook, spiritual healing group. So she's doing out of kindness of her heart, for me, no charge. I'm grateful and thank God for that. So yeah, I will link her information down below for those people who want Akasha records, cleansing and contract cleansing. I recommend she's the one to go to. And I have, other readers that did for me. Like, um, it didn't really do much for me, but she's the one who I felt like she really intuitive, and she knew right off the bat what I need to work on, what she needed to work on. So we got into the session like right away. It lasts about almost 15 minutes, and there was just a lot of emotional, that came up from my past lives and to this lives, and just getting rid of the past life issues that I've learned that no longer carry in this life. And like I say, she sent gratitude to my doctors, to my mothers, to people around me, and overall, she's a very well rounded person that I've gotten to know her in a very short amount of time. And I generally know that she will treat others just the same she treated as me. So I do believe that, she's an extreme, well-rounded practitioner that I do recommend.
Yeah, nice. I kind of want to check her out too. The healer that I spoke with, she did say that you're not really supposed to like continuously open your like akashic records. Like you wouldn't necessarily like, get a reading and then like get a reading like a month later. But she said like you should wait around like 6 months. But I'm gonna see if I can reach out to the healer that you spoke to. I don't know. Because I kind of want to hear what she has to say about it.
Right. I mean, I found this like not with so many people, but only with her and like two other people. But this is like, year ago, 2 year ago. So, but she's the really only one that have really understand my past life traumas, and she
Mm.
spot on the minute that we got on Zoom. We wasted no time. She, like I said, her first question is, are you feeling a lot of fatigueness? Because she was saying that she felt that before your session even began, and it wasn't her energy. So she was able to read that before we even met face to face. She felt it. You know what I mean? So that kind of healer is doing their work way before the session even starts. So that is, to me, they're doing their homework right.
Yeah. Well, we'll touch base more and see where you are like a month from now. Because I feel like I'm still processing through a lot of things, and you just had it like 2 days ago. So that was like, so recent.
Yeah,
Very different kind of,
yeah,
as you phase through that. So we'll talk more about it soon as well
yeah. Very different
in the
experience.
next one.
Very, very.
Yeah.
So yeah. With that said, this concludes our healing sessions with two different healers, and I will link my healer below. Link. If you have your healer information, also link it. If not, we're just sending gratitude to your healer. I'm sending gratitude to Paulina to continue to heal others, like the work that she's doing, amazing work. Thank you for those healers out there doing amazing work at the same time, healing other people and healing yourself. So much gratitude to you guys.
Thank you. I'll put her information down below also. She's through like a company basically, but I'll put it down.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.